I think often what was considered gym was a complete separate entity. It was a time where teachers were able to get a prep period, hopefully, and deal with the students being, slightly out of control during transition time when they come up. Now, I know and my personal goal is to make it more of a school-wide thing, so that when they do go back to the classroom, they're refreshed, they're refocused, hopefully they've gotten some energy out, and they've learned skills that will help them in the classroom, right? Not just in this space. And then a big issue here at the school, which I was told about, is recess. And so during recess time, you see a lot of the things that you'll see during unstructured gym time, which is conflicts, you see drama, violence, aggression. So you have to speak to the teachers and let them know PE is going to be slightly different. Hopefully, if you all support us, your recess will be different, and you're just going to create a little bit more cohesion with the students. Less conflict, more activity. They're not going to be sent to detention as often, hopefully, right? These are the goals. So I think in the past, and not just here, a lot of schools, the gym teacher is given free rein and they just kind of do their thing, and no one checks in on them and they don't check in on the teachers. I don't want to do too much of it now, but I would like to incorporate things that they're doing as far as management skills. They know the students better than I do. So I'm just trying to make a connection with the teachers, kind of let them know things will be a little bit different. And I'd appreciate their feedback if they have ways to make it better. That type of stuff.
Well, you probably heard some of them say, some of the activities that we're doing, I wasn't an athlete or I didn't play sports. And that shouldn't stop them from teaching activity. Because it wasn't a great experience for them, it shouldn't stop them from teaching this in the classroom. There are many ways to integrate the academics in with the movement. So you have to dangle that carrot out to the classroom teacher. They have them most of the day. They have them for 6 to 7 hours during the day. The physical education teacher maybe has them once a week. Who knows, maybe twice a week, hopefully if it was a great program every day, but there's no guarantee. And with the economy and the way they're eliminating physical education, it's the classroom teacher. So if you give them the tools to teach movement and academics, it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. Another way to teach.
We had professional developments with Jeans Blade Madigan and our PE teacher, Coach Beck. They started at a higher level, like they were multiplication facts, tossing a ball, or with a cube, they spin a cube and have these two numbers and you multiply them. So it kind of took me a couple months to make it more relatable to my kids and how I could bring it down to their level. So, for example, you saw what we did with the numerals, the sight words, reading fluency. That's when I threw my laptop up there and put the book on a PowerPoint, and they're just sitting there walking and reading, and it really did help increase their reading fluency, because after they stopped concentrating on decoding the words, and then they comprehended, reading comprehension, retelling a story, answering questions from it, identifying the main character, so simple things like that. They could focus on that instead of the words.
So as a teacher, from what you used to do to what you're doing now, do you see a difference every day in your kids? What kind of difference do you see?
So, like I said, them retaining the information more, their ability to learn new things. So before, it was so repetitive, doing the same thing, trying to get them to learn that way, but now I'm breaking it out, doing these different action-based learning strategies, and they retain it faster, and so then we can move on to that next higher level.
Do the kids seem to enjoy themselves more?
They enjoy it. It's more fun for them because they're moving around, they're using their, like I said, all my little kids have so much energy inside of them, you can just see it, and they're getting it out in a positive way as opposed to getting in trouble. And good teaching doesn't mean just sitting in a seat and listening to a teacher and regurgitating information. Good teaching is getting them out, moving around in the classroom, and just a new approach to teaching.
Noticing that that the kids were okay with the idea of dancing. The little kids, they were moving their bodies. Some of them were pretty coordinated, but they weren't really vibing the music. I could tell that the music, they weren't really feeling it that much, and so it was hard for them to really get into the dance moves because the music wasn't like funky enough, So if those dances, I'm sure, could be 100% superimposed onto a different song. I'm sure it doesn't matter. So I can help her with that, just letting her know, like, this is the type of song they really like, or they, this is something that they would be more inspired to dance to.
that we were playing is our kids we're noticing are having a really hard time with one-to-one and with number recognition. So what we did is we were having them run, which they love to do. It kind of gives them a little outlet for their energy. And they were counting out the little bears for whichever number I gave them, recognizing that number at first. And then they were using their fine motor skills to stand them up again. And by asking the questions, this is greater than or this is less than, it's helping them think a little further along than just saying, okay, I'm counting 11 bears. It's kind of bringing it to the next step. And instead of just doing it at their desk with, with beans or with something, this way they're actually moving and they enjoy it more. And I like to say it's tricking them into learning.